It's Valentine's Day coming up. Woo! So I thought I'd do some love poems for you, but don't worry, it's not that bad. My love poems generally are unhappy love poems. They don't particularly end well. So just it's sort of like a pre-antidote to Valentine's Day, sort of a healthy dose of cynicism. To inject into your Valentine's Day coming up next week. The first one is called Love Drug, and it was inspired by the fact that I thought there was a similarity between the two states of being in love and being on drugs. So can I have a show of hands if anyone in the room is now or has ever been in love? Cool. Oh, that's nice. Good. And keep your hands up. Keep your hands up if you are now or have ever been on drugs. Okay, cool. Nice. It's quite a strong crossover on the Venn diagram there of love and drugs. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. This is called Love Drug. One of my many imaginative titles of poems. Because that's what it's about. Assumed I was immune to eyes, but yours seduced me like Rohypnol. Neutralised my acid butterflies with a smile like Pepto-Bismol. My bowels dropped like Senecott as I watched you on that podium, but your radiating radiance blocked me like Imodium. Your essence was essential, complex like multivitamins. You made me hyperactive, then calm me down like Ritalin. Your nitrous oxide laugh was unsurpassed, but it covered your abrasiveness like a Elastoplast. Your force turned dark, as if your name was Anakin. You became my headache and my simultaneous anodin, my canistin and my irritating itch, my Optrex and my bit of aggravating grit. You were the heroin that saved me from being left alone, but I preferred that habit to being addicted to your methadone. Now you're my opiate religion. How I wish that I'd foreseen the pain you'd cause me that would hook me to your morphine. I was happy when I met you. Now my moods are so black. You're the root of my depression. I depend on you like Prozac. I used to write as my antidote, but now my flow's blocked. You've frozen my emotional expression like Botox. Are other men's girlfriends like this, or did they just get used to them? 1 minute on you like a rash, next minute cold like Sudocrem. It makes me tear my hair out the way you like to bring me pain. My confidence recedes, then you restore it like Regain. You pummel my emotions, then ease me like deep heat. Your tongue so surgically sharp it cuts me 3 feet deep, but your saliva's antiseptic, protects my wounds like Savalon. My stomach's filled with bile, you turn to milk like Gaviscon. As I refrain from warning, you're messing with the wrong fella. My bitten tongue lies flaccid, your kiss soothes it like Bonjela. My lips are tingling with sores, but your mouth is like Zavirax. My breath constricts as if my neck's been tied by 20 tie racks. I whisper, I feel suffocated, but that just gives you kicks. You smother me till I asphyxiate, then let me breathe like Vicks. I'm still young and you're still fit. There's no need for Viagra, but you make me take it anyway till you're gushing like Niagara. Sorry. It's a Saturday afternoon, I forget, sorry. You keep me going like Barocca as I live through your toil. Your benefits leave a bad taste like cod liver oil. You make me walk for miles in your shoes, then apply the Compeed. You're up my nose like coke, my heart beats at the wrong speed, but then you bring me down like Valium. Subdue me till I'm tranquil. Your words support like Tubi grip, but you twist mine like an ankle. This relationship is sick, but I can't kill it yet. I want to quit, but you're more addictive than a cigarette, and other girls are Nicorette. They're not a patch on you. And there's no cure, because there's no disease I'd rather catch than you. Thank you. I'll get a bit sentimental at the end of that one. This next poem is from the show that I'm doing at Fringe World. It's called Anthropoetry. It's a musical spoken word journey around the human body, with poems that are sort of like loosely, very tenuously related to parts of the body, accompanied by that bald man over there, who's who may not look much, but he's a demon on a guitar and a keyboard and a laptop. So yeah, we've got 2 more nights if you fancy coming and checking it out. We're on at the Noodle Palace on Beaufort Street at 7:45. This poem is from the show, and it's the piece that is related to the heart. Because obviously that was sort of, you know, the obvious place to put a love poem in the show. But I started sort of wondering about love, and I think the idea for this poem came about because I was at a bit of a hippie festival, and I sort of received a flyer from someone, and it said something about, it was kind of about, you know, the state of the planet, and you know, about how we could heal the world and stuff, and it sort of said the only non-renewable resource, the only truly renewable resource is love. And I was like, yeah, but what if it wasn't? So this is called Peak Love. You and I held hands in the dark, flicker lit by the LED screen as the people on the TV chanted the end of the energy crisis, a dual solution of nuclear fusion and hydrogen fuel cells, and the reversal of global warming, geo-engineered magic spells absorbing atmospheric carbon and forming clouds to reflect the rays of the sun, and it seemed that we had won. Our dominion over nature was complete. Replete with all the energy we needed, we would no more go to war for finite fossil fuels. Our planes, trains, buses and cars would run on fields of sugarcane and corn. And though that meant that some would starve and the rest of our meat would be carved in laboratories, no one remembered Soylent Green, and soon we grew used to the taste of Petri dish pork and test tube beans, forgot there was ever a real thing to compare to the synthesized. This was utopia, realized. But then, production of something we'd always assumed to be abundant peaked and started to decline. And this time, there was no techno fix, no grubby get-rich-quick market solution. Not that that stopped the corporations from trying, from buying up remaining reserves and offering people what they thought they deserved. A third off hugs. Buy one smile, get one free. 3 tender caresses for the price of 2. Soon, love became a luxury most could not afford, so they substituted ersatz stand-ins like cordiality, pleasantness, and tolerance. Bored relatives fixed Richter's grin through organised quality time leisure activities like those manufactured families on archaic ads for Nintendo Wii, BT, KFC. Meanwhile, in plastic retail wastelands behind malls and multiplexes, teenagers fingered and fucked with expressionless faces, texting ironic emoticons to their mates. Apathetic face. Lol. No longer capable of heartbreak, they swapped partners like football stickers and casually called the abortion clinic if they were late. People slowly stopped going on dates, just search for local libidos with smartphone apps, and perhaps no longer bother taking snaps of cheating celebrities because adultery ceased to be taboo and just became something people like to do, like stamp collecting or buying shoes. You and I too began to feel the bite of scarcity, but we were dependent then and scared to be added to statistics of elderly couples frozen to death for want of warmth in this endless winter of indifference. We went looking for love in dangerous places, drilled in deep ocean beds, vulnerable to seismic shifts which fractured, spilling out toxins, endangering sea life. We injected chemicals into scenes where love once lived abundant, ejecting its remnants, causing subsidence, contaminating water supplies. We removed mountaintops, sifting sand for love's residue, its gritty, bitter bitumen. But for every mil of love we gained, we spent another 2, and soon we were bankrupt, bust. Our economy collapsed. There were no banks to bail us out, for without love, all trust, all faith, all confidence is consumed. And as if to prove this point, we couldn't even care about all that's out of joint and fallen apart. So now I hold your cold, dead hand, stare into your wide, blank eyes, fondness absent from my heart, and I can't remember how to cry. Valentine's Day! If anyone wants to commission me, you know, for a special message for their loved one and a card that they're planning to send, then you can talk to me after this. It'd be great. I have got a few books and CDs with me as well. There's a book, it's Light Made Solid, actually, not Light Made Soil, but I quite like that title. I might change it. But that's my first collection, and Anthropoetry is all the poems from the show. But you might want to see the show before you get that. I don't know. It's up to you. Do what you want. I'm not bothered. But yeah, good. That's good. Yeah, don't do what anyone on stage tells you to do. But yeah, do consider buying them. They're very heavy. We don't want to take them home. So. This last poem isn't really a love poem, except in that it is maybe a love letter to England and our beautiful game. I don't know if there's any soccer fans in the house. I'm not one of them, so so you're on your own, Justin. This isn't aimed at you. I'm sure you're a lovely football fan. This is just aimed at a particular type of football fan that England seems very good at producing. I think we might have even created the mould. Yeah, it's called Come On England. 3 lines stitched on a sweatshop shirt filled your head with dreams till your neck got hurt. The weight of expectation is so great it numbs the bones. Is it any wonder football's scared of coming home? Come on, England! They shout it from the terraces with all the fearful hatred normally reserved for terrorists who used to be our subjects, but we haven't found a role since we lost our blood-soaked empire. Win it back, can't score a goal. Come on, England. It used to be so perfect. You stroke my pale white skin and tell me I was worth it, but now you part your thighs and let in all the Kurdish. Next you'll try and tell me that St George was fucking Turkish. Come on, England. Is that the best that you can do? 2 world wars and 1 World Cup, suspicion of the EU. When the other team is winning, it seems gloating isn't cricket, but when we're kicking shit, we get a national stiffened wicket. And come on, England! Britannia gets a faceful splashed on page 3. Patriotic tits look nice and tasteful. She's not a slave, she loves it, but she doesn't understand the offside rule. Just waves and saves this grey, unpleasant land. Come on, England. Must you always lag behind? Do thoughts of former greatness hold you back and nag the mind? You may have lost your colonies, but don't forget you kept the lolly. Don't sulk because that nasty PC took away your golly. Come on, England. Come out from under there. With all this nasty shouting, no wonder you were scared. What's that you've lost? Your identity? Oh, I'm sure you'll find it soon. I know you don't know all the words, so let's just hum the tune.
That was really cool, Ben. Well done.